Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Cleffman. I just wanted to send a little video to those of you who are needing extra help with Unit 10, Lesson 3 in Math Plus Red. The lesson is all about possible combinations, and every year I get a lot of questions about this. Luckily, this is leaning more towards a 5th grade standard, so you probably won't see much of this on the SOL, if any at all. Which is a good thing, but at the same time you still want to be able to do this. So let's go ahead and look at a couple examples together. So this is one from the assessment, and it says, how many different possible combinations are possible if a coin and a number cube are tossed once and a spinner is spun once? Okay, the number of times that they do it is important, and the total number of possible combinations. So for a coin, you're either going to have heads or tail, right? Heads or tails. So there's 2 possible outcomes for that. And a number cube is like a dice, and that has 6. A cube has 6 sides, so 6 possibilities. And a spinner, the one that they've shown us, if they ever give you a picture, make sure you look at it. There's 3 possible outcomes, blue, red, or green, right? So what do you do with these numbers? What you're going to do is simply multiply them. And since they're each the coin is tossed once, the number cube is tossed once, the spinner is spun once, you just say 2 times 6 times 3. So that would be 2 times 6 is 12, and drop this 3 down. 12 times 3 is 36. Okay, so now if you were to look at another scenario, let's say the same thing. Let's say instead it says the coin is tossed twice, so they're going to toss the coin twice. They're still going to spin or toss the dice once. And they're still going to spin the spinner once. And it still has 3 possible outcomes. Okay, so then what you do, since it's twice, you would say 2 times 2 times 6 times 3. Since it's tossing the coin twice, you're going to multiply 2 twice. So this one would be 2 times 4. I'm sorry, 2 times 2 is 4, times 6 is 24, times 3. So that answer would be 72. So that's what you want to look at. You want to look at the possible outcomes for each event and how many times they're doing that event. Okay, so let's look at another example. Simone has a black shirt, a blue shirt, and a gold shirt. She also has white pants, blue pants, and brown pants. And she has white boots, black boots, and brown boots. So how many different combinations of shirts, pants, and boots can Simone make? Okay, so if you look at this, shirts, how many does she have? She has 3 different colors. Pants, how many does she have? 3 different colors. Boots, how many does she have? 3 different colors. So you're just going to multiply. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. Okay? Okay, so this is a great question. It says, how many different combinations are possible if a coin is tossed once and a number cube is tossed twice. So we know for a coin there's two possible outcomes, right? There's heads or tails. And then for the number cube, there's 6 possible outcomes, but they're going to toss that number cube twice. So you would have to make sure that you represent it like that. Okay? So 2 times 6 times 6. So that would be 12 times 6. That would be 72 possible outcomes. Okay? Now, one mistake, the way some students have solved this, is they toss the coin once, and then they say they toss the number cube twice, so they say 6 times 2. And so they usually end up getting an answer of 24. So you have to, instead of saying 6 times 2, because he tossed the cube twice, you say 6 times 6. You just do it again, because each time he tosses that cube, he has 6 possible outcomes. Okay, how many different combinations are possible if a spinner with 4 sections is spun 3 times? Now, what I see a lot of times is that students will just say they see this number and this number, and they just multiply it, and they get the answer of 12. Well, what they're saying is that they're going to spin the same spinner 3 different times. So the first time they spin it, there's 4 possible outcomes. The second time they spin it, there's 4 possible outcomes. The third time they spin it, there's 4 possible outcomes. So that's how you would do it. So you don't do it like that. You say 4 times 4 times 4. And then you would have the answer of 64. All right, so hopefully this has helped you a little bit with these types of questions. I know it can be quite confusing and it's a difficult topic. Just do the best that you can with this right now in 4th grade. And just know that you'll get more of this next year, and you will not see this on your 4th grade SOL in the spring. Yay! All right, thanks.